All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going on a journey into the heart of something we use every single day, our words. We're going to explore how language itself is changing, from the kind of wisdom you'd find in old proverbs to the wild mathematical world of artificial intelligence. And, most importantly, what all of this means for our own search for who we are.
You've heard this a million times, right? All's fair in love and in war. It's one of those proverbs, a neat little package of wisdom that feels like it's been around forever. It kind of sets the stage, you know? It suggests a world with some pretty clear, if kind of brutal rules, where extreme situations call for extreme measures. But what happens when that simple truth gets a little more complicated?
And boom, there it is. A direct, powerful challenge to that old saying. This one line just cuts right through the simplicity, reminding us that no, not everything is permitted. There are lines, moral lines, legal lines that you just can't cross. This is what we're talking about today. This clash between the simple truths we think we know and the messy, harsh realities of the world.
And that's the key, isn't it? Proverbs, they're great for guidance, they give us a starting point, but they're not absolute laws. When you put them up against the raw, unfiltered facts of life, sometimes those old words just break. You can't always force them to fit reality. So now, let's fast forward. Let's see how this whole battle between words and reality is playing out right now, in our high-tech age, a time when language is literally being taken apart and put back together in brand new ways. So, in the world of AI, words get a total makeover. They're stripped of their poetry and turned into, well, into math. They become coordinates, like points on a map, in this huge mathematical concept called a vectorial space. A word's meaning isn't just its dictionary definition anymore. It's its geometric position relative to all the other words. It's wild. And the fallout from this is pretty huge. When words are just points on a grid, they become pure signifiers. They can point to things, they can predict what word comes next in a sentence with incredible accuracy. But do they really symbolize anything? It's like they have the body of language, but maybe they've lost the soul. That deep, resonant meaning starts to fade away. This new kind of poetry, the poetry of the machine, it feels totally different. It's not soft and flowing. It's hard. It's percussive. It's concrete. You feel this intense pressure from the constant barrage of information, this kind of digital heat. Yeah, that's it. And swimming in all this noise, we find ourselves in a constant state of search, always looking for a real signal for something that means something. But maybe, just maybe, the truly authentic message is starting to bubble up from somewhere else. From the underground, a raw, real expression, trying to punch its way through all the noise. Okay, so take a deep breath, because we are about to do a complete 180. We're going to step away from the cold, hard logic of the machine and journey into a world where language isn't just alive, it's sacred. We're going to explore the incredible cosmovision of the Tupinambá people of Brazil. To even begin to understand this world, we need a whole new vocabulary. Nyang isn't just a word, it's a word spirit. Avu isn't just talking, it's sacred language. Tekon is your entire way of being, and it's completely tied to your land, your territory. And then there's Myra, the foreigner with special powers. You have to wonder, couldn't that be a metaphor for these strange new forces like AI that are showing up in our world? Let's really let this sink in. For the Tupinambá, a word isn't some abstract tool we pull out of a toolbox. It is a living spirit. It has a physical place in the world connected to the land, but it's also woven into the fabric of existence itself. It's not just a label for a thing, it's part of the thing. This is language as a literal life force. And this is where it gets really urgent, because this authentic word, this word spirit, it's fragile. It lives and breathes in these ancestral languages. And as they disappear, we're at risk of losing a connection to a much, much deeper way of communicating, a truth that our modern languages might have just forgotten. So here we are, caught between these two massive extremes. Language is cold, hard math on one side, and language is a living, breathing spirit on the other. So where does that leave us? You and me, the individual, just trying to find our own voice. How do we build a self out of all these scattered pieces? This question, it's so raw, so vulnerable, and it just perfectly captures the deep uncertainty of right now. When the very words we use to define ourselves are constantly shifting, when all the old categories are breaking down, how can any of us be sure of who we are? Our identity itself becomes a question mark. And yet, underneath all of the deconstruction, all of the confusion, all of the noise, we find this: a simple, profoundly human plea, a deep desire for connection, for understanding, for someone to just care. In a world of broken communication, this is the core message that always seems to survive. It's a call for empathy. And so this is the question we're left with, the one to really chew on, as we try to navigate this incredible landscape, where a single word can be a simple proverb, a disconnected point in digital space, or a sacred living spirit. What happens to our own inner peace? In this frantic search for meaning, where will our calm go?